Hey all, welcome to Share Trek, and this is Raj here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Today's topic is CAR T cell, but I'm going to talk about it in a different way. It seems that CAR T is going to be the Mercenary and has expanded its hit list. Today we take a look at how CAR T cell therapy started. We already know of its use in cancers, but what if I told you that there's a growing body of work to use CAR T to treat autoimmune disease? That said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. The stories go back over 15 years. This is the story of Amy Payne, who at that time was searching for a way to hunt down and target cells that were causing potentially life-threatening autoimmune disease that triggers painful blister on the skin. Having seen CAR T in action, she wanted to deploy CAR T for this purpose. Amy worked with a group of similar-minded people to co-found Cabaletta Bio, which is a biotech company, to work on this problem. Cabaletta Bio is now headed by CEO and co-founder Steven Nichtberger, while Amy is on the scientific advisory board of the company. Let's take a brief look at the website before I proceed discussing the potential of CAR T in autoimmune disease. Here we are in the website for Cabaletta Bio. And if I was to go into their About section, so here you look at the scientific advisory board, and this is Amy Payne. She's the person who actually had the idea of starting this company. You can see Steven Nichtberger, who is the president, chief executive officer, and co-founder of the company. And if we were to go into our into the pipeline here and look at the overview, so here we have animation which shows how pathogenic B cells secrete autoantibodies or antibodies that mistakenly target healthy host proteins, which are responsible for causing diseases. So this is what they are trying to solve, and they want to kill these kind of B cells using CAR T. That's the general idea. They say we are developing a portfolio of engineered T cell therapy candidates to treat B cell mediated autoimmune diseases, or lead chimeric antigen receptor T cell for autoimmunity. They call it CARTA. Candidate CABA-201 is being developed for severe autoimmune diseases. So lupus also comes into this. Our lead chimeric autoantibody receptor T cell therapy product candidate DSG3 CAART is being evaluated for targeting B cells that cause mucosal pemphigus vulgaris or MPV, a life-threatening autoimmune immune blistering disease affecting the mucous membranes, and it's advancing in the clinic. And we also have several preclinical and discovery stage targeted cell therapy candidates under development, all created with the vision of improving the lives of patients with B-cell mediated autoimmune diseases. Now, in this, if we were to look at individual candidates. So we have CABA-201 in the preclinical trial stage, and then we have DSG3 CAART, which is in phase 1, and we have MuSK CAART, which is also in the preclinical stage. So there's a bunch of candidates here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are out here. And the basic concept here is to use CAR T in order to target B cells. The demand for utilizing CAR T in autoimmune disease is surging due to advancement in science, collaborations for clinical trials and preliminary trials, but encouraging clinical data is also giving an impetus. In the coming years, additional biotechnology firms and the pharmaceutical conglomerate Novartis will initiate clinical testing of their CAR T treatments to assess if optimistic outcomes can be replaced across a wider spectrum of autoimmune disorders. Cabaletta Bio is in the midst of this beehive of activity. There is tremendous potential to address over 80 autoimmune diseases that impact millions of individuals worldwide. Experts believe that using CAR T in autoimmune disorders could result in significantly fewer adverse effects compared to its use in cancer treatment. However, the cost of a single CAR T cell infusion is still several $100,000, and companies may not always manufacture enough cells to distribute to patients within the desired time frame. These manufacturing and cost-related challenges needs to be resolved before achieving the ambitious goal of revolutionizing the treatment landscape. In 2011, a team of researchers led by immunologist Carl June made a groundbreaking discovery when they genetically modified T cells of 3 leukemia patients who had not responded to conventional cancer treatment. By reintroducing the altered cells into the patient's bodies, 2 of them were completely cured while the third patient showed significant improvement. This achievement marked the induction or the inception of chimeric antigen receptor T cells, or CAR-T as we know them, which has led to the development of 6 approved cancer treatments. For Marco Radic, an associate professor at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, the 2011 studies opened up new possibilities. His research on autoimmune disease mechanisms was not translating directly into new treatments for these conditions. However, after conversing with lupus patients who were struggling to manage their symptoms, Radic speculated that CAR-T cells could be used to target and kill the B cells responsible for triggering autoimmune attacks in lupus patients. By doing so, he believed it could restart the immune system more effectively than antibodies. Despite facing resistance from National Institutes of Health, who declined his grant proposals, Radic received a $300,000 grant from the Lupus Research Alliance in 2015. He used this grant to test a CD19 targeting CAR-T construct in mice with lupus, similar to the CAR-T candidates being tested for cancer at that time. In 2019, the research made by Marco Radic paved the way for a German team led by Georg Schett. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name properly. It's spelled Georg, and the last name is Schett. Georg Schett, to conduct a clinical study at the University of Hospital Erlangen. The team used the same idea to treat 5 patients with refractory symptomatic lupus and who had not responded to previous immunosuppressive treatments. The patients were given CD19 targeting CAR-T, and all 5 went into remission. Kyverna Therapeutics, a company that raised $110 million to develop CAR-T for autoimmune conditions, is sponsoring an expansion of Schett's study. This study will include 20 patients with different autoimmune diseases such as myositis and scleroderma as part of a larger plan to expand the use of CAR-T to various autoimmune conditions. Novartis, a pharma giant which was instrumental in the development of June's original CAR-T therapy that gained landmark approval for treating blood cancer in 2017, is now focusing on lupus patients with a new drug candidate and has initiated enrollment in a phase 1 of 2 clinical trial, marking its first attempt to deploy CAR-T for autoimmune diseases. In a recent analyst call, the CEO of Novartis, Vas Narasimhan, emphasized the move as the company's top priority for CAR-T. Despite its potential benefits, the use of CAR-T in autoimmune disease poses a significant concern for autoimmune specialists. The possibility of encouraging the same severe immune responses that have previously hampered its use in oncology, almost derailing the development at one point. Cytokine release syndrome is what he's talking about. Cytokine release syndrome, or CRS, and immune effector cell-associated neurotoxicity syndrome, or ICANS, are 2 of the most severe and potentially fatal side effects that can occur when CAR-T cells are deployed with modification to eliminate cancer cells, triggering an alarm in other areas of the immune system and leading to a chain reaction of inflammatory responses. Oncologists have developed strategies to manage these side effects, such as prescribing anti-inflammatory medications. Payne suggests that instead of expecting CAR-T cells to target cells from a completely different cancer type, such as colon cancer or breast cancer cells, researchers should consider identifying other types of B cells that can be targeted by CAR-T cells. This brings up the prospect of CAR-T going mercenary and expanding its hit list of targets to kill to include B cells. This news would come as a welcome message for those suffering from autoimmune diseases and lupus. We'll follow this area of autoimmune disease on a regular basis and bring the most up-to-date information in future. This is just the first edition of our coverage of CAR-T for B cells, and going forward there'll be more videos. And I would request that if you are interested in this area, please subscribe and press the notify button so that you get to know all future videos that come from this channel. And when you find a video for CAR-T targeting lupus or autoimmune disease, you can choose to watch it. So please like, share, and subscribe and help grow this channel so that we can bring more programming to you and also improve the quality of our programming. Right now, I don't have any means of providing animations, but I would have loved to provide animations to illustrate the concept that I was talking about in this video. To do all those things, we need to monetize the channel. And the best way to do that is first to reach the target of 5,000 subscribers so that we can start having sponsorships. And then some of those sponsors may provide us animation and other benefits. So with that said, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.